Pardons, policy, and profits. Where does governance end and grift begin is the title of my daily take in the Hartmann Report today. And I started out by pointing out that, we just watched the State of the Union done by the most corrupt president and presidency in the history of the United States. And I would argue that, outside of like Viktor Orban in Hungary, I don't think you can really call it a democracy any longer, although it's got some fragments of that. I mean, Orban's actually facing an election next month. But by and large, outside of that, and Russia, of course, ceasing to be a democracy under Putin, I don't think that any of the advanced democracies in the world are anywhere near as corrupt as Donald Trump. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Rumors have been flying for years. I mean, ever since Giuliani came out and said that he and Trump were splitting, they were selling pardons for $2 million each, and they were splitting the money down the middle. I think he's at it again. Judd Legum over at Popular Information, popular.info, is reporting that the parent company of Crypto.com made a series of donations to Trump's main super PAC, MAGA Inc., amounting to around $35 million. Now, the super PAC is set up in a way that it can pay. It can't just give money to Donald Trump, but it can pay the expenses like, his lawyer to defend him when people like E.G. Carroll sue him, his lawyers that his sons need when they're cutting business deals with foreign countries to put together the deals and, do the contracts. The super PAC is actually has already paid over $50 million in legal fees for Donald Trump. So Judd Legum is talking about how this company, Crypto.com, or the parent company, Crypto.com, which now is in the prediction market business as well as the cryptocurrency business, made this huge donation, this whole huge series of donations. It constituted 10% of the total revenue to MAGA.Inc. And then he writes, 25 days later, the Trump administration's Commodities Futures Trading Commission intervened on Crypto.com's behalf in high-stakes lawsuit in federal court. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, the New York Times reporting how the United Arab Emirates invested $500 million, $500 million in Trump's new crypto scheme. And what did they get for that? They got advanced AI chips that had been forbidden to them before because the UAE has a mutual defense agreement with China. So anything you give to the UAE ends up in China, and that was the whole concern, was we don't want China to have these advanced chips that can have military application. And Trump now is sending literally hundreds of thousands of these chips to the UAE after they gave $500 million to his company. This is like Jared Kushner defending, in the last administration, defending Mr. Bonesaw and backing Saudi Arabia in their blockade of Qatar. And then what do the Saudis do? They give Jared $2 billion for his investment company. Not to mention the millions that they gave to, perhaps hundreds of millions, we don't know the amount, it's never been disclosed, that they gave to Donald Trump so that he could put these live golf tours in his tacky golf motels. Or when Ivanka Trump was a senior White House advisor and the Chinese gave her $34 million, or 34 Chinese trade marks worth millions. And then Trump immediately reversed his position on this Chinese telecom ZTE and on Huawei. I mean, Trump's boys are openly selling Trump-branded, hotel and golf deals all over the world. India, Indonesia, Oman, Vietnam, Romania, Bali, Maldives, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. They're making them mind-bogglingly rich. And it works both ways. I mean, when Pam Bondi was investigated at Trump University, Trump had his phony charity, which was later shut down, write an illegal $25,000 campaign contribution to her, and suddenly she dropped all the investigation into Trump University. I mean, it's like this is just the most corrupt administration ever. He pardoned Zhao, the billionaire founder of Binance. Binance is now working with the Trump people on a $2 billion stablecoin deal anchored in the Trump entity. Russ Ulbricht, the Silk Road guy who was serving a life sentence for running the biggest illegal drug, illegal gun, and human trafficking operation on the dark web in the history of the world, Trump pardons him. I mean, it's just wild. It's like this is the most corrupt administration in history. And And we need to be talking about it in those terms.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
And this guy has made $4 billion since he came into the White House. No president ever before did that. So what say you? Did you see the State of the Union? What do you think?